So this is a review of how to open and pull. I'm going to go through a couple things real quick just on coning and centering, just to remind you of a couple things. Hands across the top, head over the clay, my arms around my thighs, cone up, always release slowly. I'm getting more water, constantly getting more water. Right hand on top, pushing down. Remember, in centering, I'm going to push it down, and once it's down far enough, my left hand will push in a little bit tighter and hold it centered. If the clay is constantly rubbing your hand on the bottom, make sure you clean it off, or it will, the sand will grind away at the bottom of your hand. Okay? So the clay is centered. So to open, here we're coning, here we're centering. Same with opening. My thumb is going to be on my hand here for support. My head is over the clay. Nice medium speed. I'm holding my fingers steady in the middle. Once it starts wobbling like this, that means I'm not holding it steady. So I hold my fingers steady. I slowly start going down at an angle. I already need more water. It's sticking to my hands. I go more at an angle. I'm going down. I'm going down. At some point I'm going to stop. If you guys want to check the bottom, you could poke the fettling knife into the bottom, put your finger against the bottom of the pot, and that will tell you how deep it is. At some point we're going to stop. So this is the part that I make sure that everybody stands up and looks at me. I'm going to open up the bottom wide. Can you see down inside of it? I'm going to take my fingers, and I'm going to curl my fingers, and I'm going to start dragging the clay towards myself, opening up the bottom and making the bottom flat. I always take my hands off slowly like that. After I open it up nice and wide and flat, I take my sponge, I go across the bottom, flattening it, compressing the clay. This is what it should look like at open stage. Now before I pull, I'm going to cone it in. We want to fight centrifugal force by making the clay go upward and inward instead of out like a bowl. Okay? So, at this point I'm going to start pulling. Remember, I always clean off my bat as I go. It's a lot less cleaning to do at the end. So, this is the part that most of us are at here. We want to start pulling the clay, and our hands are going to be doing different things now. We're at coning here, centering here, opening it here. Now our left hand is actually going to go on the inside of the pot. And I always tell everybody to make a C so that we know that we're throwing with our fingertips. I'm going to put my left hand inside the pot. My thumb is down on the bottom. Where my thumb is, it's showing me where to place my outside two fingers. This is what I want to squeeze with, right here. I want to squeeze between these fingers as I rise up like this. Just like pinching a pot, you need pressure on both sides. So I'm going to put my thumb down here. My arms are still on my legs. My fingertips are next to my thumb. I'm going to squeeze in. See that little ledge at the bottom? That means I'm squeezing in. I squeeze on the inside a little bit, and I'm going to slowly start rising up, rising up, rising up. I don't stop. I get to the top. I slowly take my hands off. By that point, I probably needed to get a little bit more water. A little bit of water. I go back down in. Now at some point your thumb's not going to be able to get down there. It really does, it's just a guide. So I'm going to take my finger, my middle finger, I'm going to squeeze in. It's across from my inside fingers. I have a U. I'm only using my fingertips. I'm going to squeeze in. See the little ledge at the bottom? I'm doing the same on the inside. I'm going to slowly start rising up. rising up, keep coming up. Slowly, if I stop in the middle, it will rip off. I take my fingers off like that. And you also notice I never stop the wheel. There's really no sense. It keeps telling me that I'm centered. I'll do one last pull. Now at this point I can't get my thumb all the way to the bottom, so I'm able to put all my fingers inside like this. On the inside with my middle finger, I'm going to press out to create a ledge on the inside. On the outside you'll see my ledge here, so I'm going to go inside with my middle finger. You can see it bulge right here just a little bit. Now I'm going to take my middle fingers here, but look, my hands are still bracing and supporting each other the whole time. I squeeze it a little bit there. And now I'm going to slowly start rising up together. Keep moving my hands. It will get too thin. It will start wobbling. It will also wobble if I don't have enough water on my fingertips. The friction will make it torque. So at that point, we want to see, is our pot thin enough all the way down? And we'll go over that in the next video.